Can't wait to dive into this one because Erica,
it's sexy.
It is,
It's
Ebar.
sexy. It's
It's
sexy.
sexy. It's cheating. It's giving adultery, which apparently some girl on Love Island Australia didn't know what that word meant. We'll move
Didn't
on
know what
from
adultery
that.
was?
She went, "What is adultery?" And I went, "Oh God, help her."
You know, it feels a little stuffy. Just to give her a little bit of breathing room.
Oh wow, your life's so fucking perfect. Nobody's ever cheated on you.
Just like she's not coming in contact with that kind of those words because no one's ever cheated on her. I just thought it was like a lexicon thing. Like she just didn't have it in her vocab.
I think it's that, but also it's giving. Come on, honey. How do you not know?
Like, why would someone cheat on you?
Exactly. Like, okay, I get it.
This reminds me of, I heard a story about Margot Robbie that this was like right after Wolf of Wall Street. And she was like talking to another actor and she had just like signed with CAA.
Yeah.
And they weren't signed with CAA. And I think they were very much like a supporting actor in the movie. Okay. And she was like, why wouldn't you sign with CAA? Like as if like just everyone has the opportunity to sign with the #1 talent agency. It like that's what it makes me think of.
You're like, fuck off. You're Margot Robbie.
But just doesn't know any different.
No, she doesn't know. She's just like that girl.
Because she was like 20 weeks old when she said that.
Totally. She knows nothing. Well, this is the Rage Pod. We just drop in. We got to get to it.
We got to get to it.
But we got to remind them we rage against the serene and all the things
in between.
That's right, including sex.
Yeah. I'm here with the Tara Erickson.
And I'm here with Evar.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah, you were looking at the ground and really focusing.
Because I was almost going to say my name, but I never say my name. I always say her name and she says my name.
And
so
I
that's why
hers.
I was like, and then...
Gotta stick to the format.
We do. Otherwise, people get upset. We get upset. Friendy Wendy will quit the show.
She will. She'll walk right out on us.
All right. So should we get into these sexy comments?
Yeah, we got it. Because we gave, if you guys don't know, we on Instagram, we posted about threesomes and we wanted to know threesome etiquette. And you guys left a lot of comments. And
you did. And the funny thing is just real quick for context, this will probably get edited out. But we didn't even mean to talk about threesomes. It was just an analogy.
Randomly came up. Exactly.
Yep. We slipped and fell right into a threesome. That's what happened.
I hope that one day that is a true thing that happens in life to me. I don't know. I just tripped and fell right into it. Okay. So
broke my hymen. Anyway, go ahead.
Here's the clip we're talking about, and then we'll go into your comments right after.
If any of our listeners out there have been in a threesome and they do know how to maneuver that, let us know.
Yeah. And has someone been left out? And like, have you seen that they've been left out? And you've had to be like, okay, we've got to stop what you're doing right now.
Yes.
And we need to do some do-si-do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely have to know. Please leave us a comment or call us because now I'm just wildly intrigued.
Really want to know. We want to know how it goes, and is there is there a run of show? You know what? On this podcast, we strive for fine.
Yeah, we really do.
We strive for fine.
Honestly, that leads to a life of happiness.
Oh my God, fine is great.
Fine is great.
Fine is fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like Noah Khan says, I stopped caring about a month ago, and since then it's been smooth sailing. And I'm like, he's got the right idea.
Yeah. He's doing more than fine, but that's okay. We're going to do just fine.
We're going to do just fine. All right, so let's get into this. Jay Baker 91 says there's a British TV show called Open House, which is all about couples opening up to threesomes and swapping. There are definitely some awkward moments where someone is a spare wheel, and it's normally the male partner who pushed for the whole thing. Doesn't surprise me.
Okay, I'm so glad that Jay Baker said there were awkward moments because that's really where my head is going. I just decided if I was going to be in a threesome and I knew I don't know how involved I was going to be. Like, am I the lead or am I supporting? I would bring something to do in the in-between times.
God, you are sitting in the corner reading Harry Potter, aren't you?
Well, I don't know if it's Harry Potter because
God.
we can't be reading Harry Potter right now.
I know it's threesome time, but I just thought anything.
No, I mean it's not good to be reading Harry. Like right.
You're sitting in the corner reading Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm reading. I don't know, like fucking David Cross's bio. That's just what I'm reading right now.
Yeah,
but Or something. Or honestly, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be
Crossword
doing
puzzle.
Pips. I'd be doing the new New York Times puzzle, which is Pips. I'm not very good at it, and that would, and so I could really, it's something that I would like.
How long does that take you, Pips?
Easy, medium, or hard. Easy is pretty fast. Medium could take, like, it could keep me occupied.
So that's good enough
Yeah.
for the threesome.
Yeah.
We think medium level Pips, we can do the threesome. You'll have some stuff to do.
Because like, what else are you? You're just watching. You're just like
Exactly.
you're like watching like a sporting event.
Right. That's what I just thought. I remember when we talked about this, I was like, I don't know, you're juicing somebody in my hand. I guess you just got to fiddle somebody somewhere.
something.
I don't know.
Okay,
Looking
so
at them.
you're still involved. I could still fiddle and do Pips.
Wow.
With the other hand.
You're dedicated. You love Pips. I didn't know till now.
I guess the idea is that like you're getting really turned on by watching them. If you're
Yeah.
not super involved,
Sure.
But what if you're not turned on, or what if
Bored.
things start to get weird? That's the thing he's saying.
Exactly.
Things get awkward.
Things get weird because they're paying. Imagine it's your primary part or your actual partner. You bring in a third, and now he's paying all this attention to the
not
freaking
only, not only
stranger,
that. What
and
if
you're
the
over here.
stranger does it better?
Exactly.
What if the stranger makes him do things that he's never done before with
He's
you?
an idiot if he lets you even vibe that in the moment that she's doing a better job. The divorce papers better be
my
ready to be
God.
signed.
But I feel like we're giving this man a lot of credit.
A lot.
That he'd be able to incorporate that level of nuance while ejaculating.
Maybe,
okay.
who knows?
All right, let's go to the next
Let's do
comment. Let's 1 second. Let's go here. It's a collage of comments.
There you go.
All right. _clout GPT _
Yep.
I had one in my early 20s and they had to convince me because I thought it was some horrible prank, LOL. We went to the strip club beforehand where they planned out asking me. Just like the Mac guy said, 2 of you are getting it on while the other girl is being played with, which is what we just talked about, playing with the other girl, and then they switch, rinse and repeat. Afterwards, we all laid up, watched TV, and vibed out, LOL. But you know what the key word in this comment was?
What?
20s.
Yeah, exactly.
20s.
Young, you're figuring it out. That's
You're
the time for
figuring it out.
threesomes.
It's fun. You have time to have a threesome, watch TV, and vibe out.
Who's
Like you
doing
have
that?
time to do all of those things
That's a lot.
in one day.
God bless.
Without
Only-
any other responsibilities.
Only somebody in their 20s can do that.
yeah.
That kind of
Yeah.
juicing all day.
But I guess what's cool about this scenario is that they all were on the same page, it seems like.
Yeah, and also the girls liked each other, so they knew that what they were going to get into.
Yeah.
Right, that if he's juicing one, I'm doing more to you, and then if he's juicing me, you're doing more to me.
Yeah.
It's an actual threesome. There's 3
Yeah.
people, and they're all summing it. They're all involved.
They're all involved. I just love thinking about the real
You in the
moment-
corner doing pips.
Me doing Pips in the corner, but also just like the real moments of like, I do not know what to do right now. I do not know what to do right now.
Especially if it's like he's full on juicing her, taking care of the downstairs. They're also making out. I guess my hand glides across her chest.
Her chest or like grabs
you're-
a butt.
Grab the bunda. Yep.
Grabs a butt, but like, what if it's like
Squeeze
it's
the bunda.
not doing anything, and
It's
then
not
you're like,
doing-
I'm not doing anything.
Or she goes, she swaps your hand away.
Yeah,
Like, she doesn't want it.
Meaning she's telling you what you're doing is
It's
doing
all
nothing for
wrong.
me.
It's all wrong.
And that's why you better have a backup like Pips.
Man, I'm with her on that. All right, let's get to the next one. Kingston Hawk. Threesomes are my specialty.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. Okay. I've been
Okay.
in 2 multi-year thruples in my life, including my current relationship. There's a ton of etiquette and psychology you have to know to not make a mess of things. The obvious one of how and who to choose, but the less obvious is performing in a way that satisfies both women and doesn't create regret in either. It's 10 times more difficult if your partner loves you and isn't truly bisexual. Yeah.
Oh, wait, keep
and
going.
then it says, get your foreplay game right. You've got to get familiar with toys. Relying on your innate ability is fine until it's not. And you don't want to come up short on the wrong day. He has it figured out.
He does. He used words like psychology.
And toys.
And toys.
He said, get familiar.
He used etiquette.
He did.
He used the word etiquette.
I like that. It's like he's like, we got to pay attention.
There's a rule.
It's delicate.
That's right. This like there were meetings.
There
was strategy.
They sat down.
There was planning.
Yeah, they blueprinted out.
There was a blueprint.
Yeah.
There was maybe even nowadays some chat GPT.
Totally. How do
we do this?
At what time do I bring in the toys? Is that 5 to 10 minutes in?
Right.
Is that 20 minutes? Depending on how quick one goes, one doesn't. Who takes more
And look,
work?
I get it. The toys, if this was a sport, the toys are your equipment. You better know how to use it.
Yep.
And you need to go to practice. You need to go to rehearsal.
You're right.
You know?
You're right.
But, one thing that this brings up for me is I wonder, like, if bisexual people think that non-bisexual people just truly haven't opened up their sexuality yet. That if they think, like, kind of everyone could have that connection to sex in the way that they do, but that we're all, like, if you're not bisexual, you're repressed.
Correct. And I think that is very untrue.
Yeah.
I think you either want to kiss a girl and juice it with a girl if you're a girl, or you don't. And if you don't, then and you're just solely you're getting the pussy flutters from a guy, then that tells you everything.
But you're saying, like, you think that, like, you're either bisexual, like you're like, oh, I get off on both, or I don't, but it doesn't mean that if I don't,
it doesn't
that I
mean
haven't
that I'm sexually
repressed.
repressed if I don't, just
Yeah.
because some person may not have explored that. It just means, you're not interested. Just like if you're not freaking interested in eating a salad on a date, that you're like, I want a cheeseburger.
It's just,
like,
we like different ice cream flavors.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not getting the fanny flutters, you got to skip it. Right? Otherwise, what's the point?
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder what they think. Let us know. If you're bisexual, let us know if we're jumping to conclusions here. We probably are.
We
usually do.
We do. We jump quick.
Yeah.
We do jump quick.
Okay, next
but I
one.
do have to say, do you see the Pussy Ferguson in replying to what I just read?
Yes.
He said, dude, I had one once and it went horribly. 2009, never again. I just had to read that because I think it's hilarious.
I love Pussy Ferguson for writing that.
Me
God,
too.
I love that.
God bless. All right, go ahead.
Because, like, I'm sure there's a lot of bad ones.
That's what I am saying, where they're like, never again. They remember the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means,
and they probably didn't have pips back then. They did not have pips. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right. Oh my gosh. I do love this handle name.
Yeah.
The name is Beanie Stylist.
I love it too.
And I'm not looking at profiles, so I don't know what preferred pronouns are. So I'm just going to go off of handles.
We don't know. Yeah.
I will say my threesome fun was a positive experience. I was not married at the time of threesomes, though. All of my group activities were when I was single. So I was the third. This is what we want to know.
Yep. This is what we came here for.
I was the third wheel to the couple. Sometimes it was nice to just have a pretty friend to play with solo, which was never an issue. I feel like we were all very transparent in what we wanted out of it, as well as setting boundaries. Shout out to the Boundaries song.
There we go.
Feel free to pipe that in post. As well as setting boundaries of where everyone stayed in their lane. I felt like it was important for my girlfriend to know nothing would ever happen without her being present.
Oh, I love that.
Well, what's interesting about this?
Okay,
right?
tell me.
Because again, it's like being honest, setting rules, setting boundaries, being transparent. And I mean, I know people that are in open relationships and that seems to be a big thing. Like, you have to set rules and you have to adhere to them.
Yeah.
And on that note, there's somebody in the news that did not.
Oh, you are absolute. That is a good segue. I mean, I
Isn't
think
that
we have
right?
more comments, but you are right. And
Some
boy,
stranger things have been happening.
oh, this is good. But ch. Yep. Oh yeah, he went there, not in a good way.
I kind of knew that they were married. I kind of knew, like, I think I knew at one time and then I forgot for like years.
Yeah.
So Lily Allen and David Harbour, obviously it's like just bombarding people's socials because they broke up. They got a divorce.
Yep. And they got married in Vegas in 2020. They've only been together 4 years.
And they met on Raya.
Yes.
They met on Raya.
Yes.
And my understanding, which is I learned from you two, is that they were in an open relationship, but they had rules that you couldn't hook up with someone that they knew.
Right.
Or
Had
they
to
were
be a stranger.
friends with. It had to be a stranger. And then there may or may not have always been money exchange, which is like very
specific.
very specific.
Yeah.
And I guess the transactional element that keeps it emotionally detached. But
Right.
like, what if the other person didn't want money or like they didn't have money on them? Like, I guess that you have to plan. This gets back to you
got to plan. David Harbour's always going to have money on him to juice
well, both of them.
Both
of them.
That's true.
Both of them
That's
are going
true.
to.
That's true.
Publishing, baby.
Yeah. You're
know?
right. I mean, Lily probably did too, but like I in the song when she said it had to be a stranger and there had to be payment, I was like, oh, that's interesting. So it had to be a sex worker, or maybe it was maybe it was like, or had to be a stranger, and they're like, no,
that's
like you're
interesting.
good. You
That's
know, like
interesting.
you're good. You're a stranger. We met up one night on Bumble, and now bye. Maybe.
I want to know how many open relationships have that rule in place of like there needs to be like where
Has to
payment
be a
is part
stranger.
of it.
Oh yeah,
Because that was something I had never heard before.
right.
Where it was like actually integrated into the
Caught
rules.
me off guard too.
So then he ended up having sex with someone that they both knew. Madeline.
Who the fuck is Madeline?
Oh, is that what she says in the song?
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
who
Oh,
the
in the
fuck is
Madeline
Madeline?
song.
Actually, is what she says, and in her amazing
Who the fuck is
it's
Madeline?
Actually,
Actually.
it's great. Her name, obviously, the woman's name is not Madeline, but she was not a stranger, and apparently they were doing way more than just juicing it. They were playing tennis, which Erica,
Which is why there's that song Tennis.
Tennis
and I
Day.
play tennis. So
you know how intimate it is.
how intimate because they were playing. It's animalistic, everyone.
That's what
it's
it. You're
animalistic.
This is their foreplay.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then they're
yeah.
like juicing it in the freaking locker room, I bet.
They're doing a lot of
Multiple
They're doing a
times.
lot of volleys.
They're doing
They're
a lot.
doing a lot of volleys.
I don't even-
Because
yep.
volleys get intense. It's short. It's at the net. It's sort of like ping pong, right?
See, they get all juiced up. They can't even keep it for a long time. They can't even play a full game, I bet.
So, okay, now I have so many questions. I wonder if she was really good at tennis and that turned him on like even more and that made him start to like have feelings for her. I don't know. Did he have feelings for her? Do we know this?
I
We're
think
going
so,
off
because
of lyrics, right?
We are solely going off of the song, and like one song she says like, I have a feeling that you fell in love with someone who isn't me. Did you do that?
Right, I remember that.
And
Okay.
that's great. But then also the girl in one song, she talks it out where the girl replies to her and goes like,
Yes, I
hey,
remember this.
heard,
I
and
did
like,
hear
I'm
this in
just
the
saying
song.
it's exactly what he said, and there's no emotional attachment, and like it has been solely sex, and I just don't want there to be any hurt feelings, and you could contact me anytime, loving like Madeline.
Wait,
and
that
I'm like,
sounds like a script that
Exactly.
he probably gave her.
and she sings about that. She goes, I can't trust a word that comes out of his mouth and or hers. And that's the part that pisses me off, because it's gone so far as to her sing a song about Pussy Palace and she finds dildos and 1,000
Which
Trojans.
you guys let me
under
know that
bed.
the next line was dojo. She thought it was a dojo.
She thought it was a dojo. And then we started discussing.
And then
that
I'm like,
he's-
oh yeah, he does
So,
karate or
watch
martial
out.
arts. Right.
Wah-ha! Yeah.
But-
yeah.
Because she says I don't trust a word,
Right.
this makes me think like, was this the only time he violated the rules?
No,
Was
I
this
doubt
the
it.
only person he did that with, or was there others, right?
I'm sure there were others, because in the song, it sounded like it was such a surprise to her how many toys she found, like a butt plug and a dildo and 1,000 Trojans. And What are these other like clothing, like weird items that she's seeing that like he doesn't bring those to her. That never happens to her. And I think the biggest line that like really hit me is that she just said, I would love to be your whore. It would be my honor if you would do that with me. She sang those words, meaning she is not a wife who's like, no, we can't
He's like, we do missionary twice a year.
She's not that, but
Yeah.
he, you know, and it really opened it up when she's like, am I looking at a sex addict? And she says, am I looking at a sex addict multiple times? And I just go, oh, probably.
Do we think that people, and this is again a question for audience or new audience members.
Yeah.
Do people that like get really into toys and then, you know, sort of dive in like hardcore and have like just a plethora and then it's like chasing the next new, like the bigger toy.
And then maybe you can't get off on just the regular
Is
stuff.
there a point, an inflection point? Is there a saturation point where you're like, I'm done with toys?
We've bought all the toys and now the toys don't work.
Like, I just wonder if you ever like
you
hit a
oversaturated.
ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet. Probably,
Or-
because it's sort of the same thing with like a porn addiction, right? And then they can't like really juice it with their wife because they have to literally think about porn, because they're just so in their like head. It's just dialed in that way, that they have to leave it in order for them to be able to juice it.
They have to have their phone showing porn next to their wife's head.
But even then, they're like, I think they prefer their hand because they're just so used to the way they're doing it. And I think that the toy thing
stuff, right, is I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say, some of sexual stuff for people to get off is the surprise, is the new thing. So that's also interesting to me.
Yeah, and I think because porn has so many new things that you can type in a thing and just go, this is exactly what I want, and it can be the weirdest thing in the world. That they like, I feel like men and women, I'm not saying it's just all men, feel like, oh, in real life, I can't get this. Because it's the same thing that Lily Allen is saying in her album. She's like, you didn't talk to me about this. You didn't ask me to do this. I would have done this. Like, why aren't you begging for me to be the one to do all of this?
Well, he obviously had a lot of shame around it. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm, maybe not, but that's what I am inferring.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also maybe there was other things in their relationship.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm super bummed about this.
Yeah.
Because I loved A Violent Night.
I'm super bummed because I love Stranger Things. Literally obsessed. And 11 and him were my favorite. You know?
My God. I thought you were just going to start naming off cast members or character names. And 11.
And 11. No. 11
and Winona Ryder's character's name.
And his relationship.
I'm sorry.
Are
it's
the
been
best.
17 years since the last Stranger Things, so I don't remember anyone's name. But yeah, no, he has a lot of likability on screen. Well,
yeah, he does.
Not as much anymore.
I loved Violent Night too. It was freaking great. But I will tell you, the second I listened to this album and just her laying it all bare, and she doesn't give a fuck what she says.
No,
she is like, I'm a West End girl now. You like, oh, here's one thing. I'll tell you this. Because you know how we're both actors, right? And in that one line in West End Girl, which is now her most popular song, she's like, yeah, you called and I said, hey, I actually have good news. I got the lead in a play. And he goes, well, you'll probably have to audition. And then she's like, I thought that was weird. She's like, why would you say that? I thought that was weird. Why wouldn't you? She doesn't say, why wouldn't you be like happy for me? But we both know in industry that like, Oh
no, that's a fucked up thing to say. Why I am laughing so hard.
Why?
Is because I like kind of quickly listened to that song.
Yeah.
And then that part, I thought it was reverse. I thought he got the part.
No.
And that she was saying
you'll have to. No, it was him being a jealous fuck. And not being supportive.
Of course.
And also fucking juicing some girl on the side. Not screwing his wife, and on top of it going, well, I think you'll have to audition.
Yeah, we don't know if you're good enough.
Ew.
No, but I love that this makes so much more sense for the song.
I'm glad that you're on the same Pip page now.
It makes so much more sense.
Right? We've
Like,
got you
why
pipped
is
up.
she telling him that he has to audition?
Right. No, he doesn't.
Oh my God.
He's David Harbour.
Oh,
well,
God,
maybe
that's
now
so
he will.
funny. Yeah.
He's wow. I mean, I can't. The cheating and adultery, we know that it happens everywhere, always, all of the time. But in such a short span from 2020 to 2024, and how she explains how quickly it moved, that it was just like, oh, if you want this brownstone, I'll get it for you. This is for us. And she's like, it made me feel uncomfortable. Everything was moving really fast. And then all of a sudden, that phone call where she's like, okay, it makes me sad. I didn't want
the
this.
phone call.
That's him going,
Yeah.
I want an open relationship. I'm going to be over here. We can juice it with other people. And I'm just like, oh.
And that's what she says. Like,
she
I don't know
doesn't
how
want
this
it.
is going to work. Like, how does this work?
How does it work?
And I think too, right, we all know with most of the time with cheating situations, it's the lie that really kills you. It's the fact that you're like, I could be around this person over and over again.
Yep.
And they just kept lying to me. And they had no problem lying to me.
Right.
And obviously they would say, no, I did have a problem. I was, torn up inside. Not enough to stop lying to me.
Thank you.
And
see, that's where the openness gets in, where it gets a little muddy, because they're like, well, we talked about it. It's open. He can do what he wants, right? But it sounded like it got so far, obviously, with Madeline. Madeline's not a stranger. But isn't it crazy? You've been in a very long-term relationship.
Very long.
He lasted how long? Probably 2 years, and then he starts juicing Madeline. I'm like, you were only married for 4 years,
for a
bro.
second. You guys were together for 5 minutes.
For 5
seconds. And then he was
dude.
love bombing the fuck out of her with all of these things that he was doing, like buying the brownstone, accelerating everything.
Everything.
Which, I'm sure that and then in retrospect, it's like, oh my God, not only were you lying to me, but you were like pouring gasoline onto the fire.
Exactly.
By you weren't just slowing shit down with me. So
you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's a big mind fuck for her.
I agree.
Big mind fuck for her.
It's sad in the one song where she's like, why wouldn't you beg for me? And I'm like, yeah, dude, that sucks. Cause you're married. You would hope that he's like, no, please, don't leave. This is my problem. Let me confess. I'm a sex addict. This is what I want. Fine.
He was scared.
He's probably scared.
He
but
was scared to show that part of himself to her, and maybe it was a lot easier to do that with strangers.
Yeah, probably. I'm just glad that she wrote the song like, I'm not going to let you win. I'm not going to carry all this. I'm not going to carry your shame. I'm not going to carry your freaking secrets. I am not going to lie to our children. I'll blow you up. In this album, I don't know how old her kids are. I think they're teenagers.
No, they don't have kids together. It's her kids from a previous.
But her kids.
Yeah.
She's which they still called it because the kids knew him kind of in her album. She's not going to lie to her kids.
How old are they?
Apparently they're teenagers, somewhere in there. So they're fully aware of what's going on. And I like that she's like, I'm not going to lie. I'm leaving this with my dignity and pride intact. And guess what? You're not.
Well, it's also about being honest to your kids, so they don't look at what you're doing and say, oh, I need to hide stuff that's going on. I need to hide the shame. I need to hide that things aren't going well, or that, I need to strive for this perfect life because that's just fucking bullshit. So
it's like, be embarrassed, be ashamed. We all are. We've all been there. And it's amazing to just see, that obviously David Harbour was the one that's bringing in all the money, the fame initially with Lily in the beginning of their relationship. And now overnight with this album.
I guess because she hadn't made an album in a long time.
Correct.
So,
it's been a minute. So she was kind of a girl that was like, I used to be quite famous, but now she's like David Harbour's wife kind of a vibe.
Right.
And now I'm like, yeah, lay it all, bear it all. And now your net worth has doubled.
Oh my God. It's like, I can't, I'm just, if I
Let's
turn
freaking go
2 degrees to the left, I'm running into a post about Lily Allen and her music.
God bless it.
Which, I've always liked her music. This is great. This is fun.
This is a win. I agree. Isn't it fun? I feel like the world now is like, if you mention Lily Allen, they're like, let's gossip.
Yeah.
Let's,
oh my God.
I want to know what you think. Let's gossip.
Oh my God, David Harbour's sex toys and Lily Allen's openness to sing about it is bringing the world together.
Just like Coldplay's affair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess But it's sad to say, but affairs bring the world together. Well,
Okay.
I think that was great. Why don't we go to this comment and then
Okay.
we'll tell them about our we have some more sex stuff that we covered in Palm Springs that we're going to
just
end on.
oozing with sex.
We're cruising with sex because we
Oozing
love
and,
it.
Oozing and cruising.
Oozing and cruising. Okay, so our last comment is great. Persephone Personified said, I had a threesome with one of my best friends and my ex-husband. We left him out. Hence why he is now my ex-husband, and I am now extremely, quite very gay. Oh, and she and I are still good friends, not sex friends, just BFFs.
Oh my God.
I love that for her.
I love that she said
Extremely,
extremely, quite, very gay.
gay.
In case you were wondering.
In case you were wondering, do I double
That's
down on
right.
it? Yes, I do.
Yep. That's
Good
right.
for you, girl.
Mhm.
I love that because maybe that is the argument of like, well, if you haven't tried it, you never know.
You never know.
It could open up
So
a world
maybe
of
a threesome, yeah,
possibilities.
could
right?
tell you something that you don't know about yourself.
Exactly. Reading Rainbow. How do we? I know Wendy.
That
will
you're
get mad,
now
but, like-
extremely quite very gay.
exactly.
That's what you find out about yourself.
Yep.
Well, guess what? We kind of need to hear from the ex-husband because he was left out. And
He
that's
was.
really what we want to know.
Can Persephone? Can you reach out and let us know because you're still friends with him? You said, or no, you said
Oh,
you're
no,
still
no,
friends
she's
with
still
her.
friends with
you're
the
probably
girl.
not friends with your ex-husband, but can you just
tell
skip
him
it?
to, no,
let
just,
us
no,
let
just
us know
tell
what
him-
he said.
Tell him to reach out to us. Just message him on Instagram. Just
Yeah.
DM and then be like, hey, I'm not telling you that we're, talking again.
Yeah.
We still fucking hate each other. But can you just DM the Rage Pod and let them know what it felt like to be left out of our threesome that was 50 decades ago?
You're gonna have to come in here, anonymous bro, because right now what he's thinking is the threesome that I was involved with from two girls. It turned my wife gay. That's how terrible I was at it.
Yeah.
That's how he's gonna look at it.
And I never got tagged in. I
Never,
never got
never
tagged. I
once.
never got tagged in.
Never once. They
I
literally
was-
forgot he
yep.
was there.
I was told I was going to come in at the very least in the fourth quarter to do up all the cleanup. This is a football reference, and never once.
And guess what? He didn't have
What?
pips.
He didn't. He didn't have pics.
He didn't come prepared because he thought he was
He
gonna
didn't
be
have-
needed.
He didn't have any of the NYT slate of game options.
No, he's just
a
sitting
lot.
there.
Spelling bee.
Yep. No. Crossword.
Pangram.
Yeah.
Crossword pips.
Any of
so
it.
many. Those
No
would have
tag.
all been
He's waiting
great.
for his name to be called, like you're at the waiting room and you just
Yeah.
can't wait. Like call my name and
Yeah, and we don't know if like podcasts were really a thing back then.
hopefully he
these
fell
are these
asleep.
are all things that I think are viable options to do
I agree.
if you're left out of a threesome. That's
I
what
know.
I'm thinking.
I
You
think so
gotta
too.
prep for, I feel like you got to prep for that.
You do, and we gave him a lot of options, which I like about us because we come here
Yeah.
and we give you information. Really, you're
I mean,
welcome.
we're basically the news.
Yeah. And so we got to tell them when we went to Palm Springs, we talked more about sex and we
talked
got
more
the-
about sex.
we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the sex comments and then we opened up about it, right?
Yeah. So when we were in Palm Springs, we got so many responses to a post where we asked, "Are you having sex?" And we thought it was so fascinating. So we're gonna cut to that episode where we react and respond to those comments.
Well, let us know in the comments real quick. We're going to get on to the next DM. If you are not having sex and think you would
We
like to
want-
have more, we want to know. That was all it was. And apparently we got a bunch of comments.
And we want to always make it clear, like we want to hear from everybody. We want to hear
Yes.
from heterosexual couples. We want to hear from homosexual couples.
Queer
We wanna-
people.
queer people. We
Trans
wanna, We want
people.
to hear from poly people. We want
Yes.
to hear from all the people.
Open people, closed off, monogamy, non-monogamy.
Asexual. We want to hear what's the
Yeah.
thing for you that you want in your relationships that you're not getting if sex isn't a thing.
I would love to hear about that. If there's anyone out there who is asexual, if you're like, well, what actually gives you, I don't know, joy, or like, what do you need in that relationship if you are asexual? I would like love to know what your top priorities are.
Totally. I know. I just found out a couple that we know, like they are married and they're both asexual.
Wow.
And so it's like,
That's so
And obviously,
convenient.
I think they probably figured that out before they got married.
Totally.
But then I know someone else who's in an asexual relationship.
Interesting, because you know what? Now that I'm like, I'm not juicing, anybody, haven't juiced it in a minute. That I care less and less the older I've gotten.
Well, and also libido change it. I mean, that's a real thing.
Yeah. I don't think it makes me asexual, but I do care about it less and less. Like, yeah.
I've got to say, you're in really good company because a lot of the people that responded said that they're not having sex. Here are some of the responses.
Give it to us.
Fear Street Media said, I am not LOL. And I don't think it's a bad thing. When it happens, it happens. Life moves on and you have to as well.
Centered. What a centered way to look at things.
Somehow Trigga said, I am not, unfortunately. I responded, sorry. And he wrote back, always thought some girls are too cute for me. LOL.
Oh God.
So this is what I said. I said, not true. Personality overlooks any day. Women love confidence. Just get out there and try.
True.
So we just have to assume what they're saying is that like, oh, I don't look a certain way that would appeal to, because like they didn't say that specifically, but we're gonna
assume that,
gaps.
of course.
Oh my God,
it's a confidence level.
Personality is like the sexiest thing ever.
It's up here, and the other stuff is so much lower. Here's the thing: you can see someone and go, "Oh yeah," which we've all listen. If we go to a bar or something and you see a really attractive person, whether it's a guy or a girl, and you're talking to them, you're like, you're so hot. I remember when, I'll tell the real truth about this. Dr. Nicole, when we met her at the Rage Room, she has those big, beautiful blue eyes, and she looks straight at you when she's talking.
Yes, she
That's
does.
so rare. She gives great
like a
eye
laser
contact.
beam.
And I was like, and I made a joke when we got back in the car. I was like, did you guys see the way that she like looks at you when she talks to you? I was like, I don't know. I felt like I felt something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And it was like, of course, she's attractive, but she also has personality followed up. I've met other people where I go, they're attractive. You're talking to them. And I'm like, this is a freaking snooze fest. I can't wait to get out of this conversation. I do not care how attractive you are, that you're 6'4", maybe you're built really well. You got a beautiful face. None of it freaking matters because you are a dial tone.
Kevin says, it's been 6 years since I last was with someone sexually, and I've just given up until I'm more confident in myself.
What did we tell him?
Exactly. And so I wrote back, confidence is key. Fake it till you make it, baby.
There can be a pressure to be confident. Owning your vulnerability, of owning like some of the things that you're insecure about, can actually lead you to a more confident place.
I am with you because you know what? If you are not vulnerable, if you cannot open up to me about about really just anything, and it's not like we have to get super like deep on a first date, but if you cannot be vulnerable, if I ask you a question and you can't open up, then like I can't continue this, because then you're not actually there. Like the true you is not sitting in front of me if you can't open up about some real shit.
It's just more interesting if there's like layers to somebody.
Agreed.
Like that has like more like they have a more lived human experience. They have more to share. And it's just like humans fall in love with humans, right?
Yes.
And the human experience is pretty fucked up. It's pretty flawed. There's a lot of wonderful things about it, but there's also a lot of pain. It's full of moments of insecurity. It's full of moments where you look ugly, or in whatever way that means, like emotionally, physically. And that's what you're going to have to your earlier point. Like if you really want to be in a relationship with someone, you have to be willing to be ugly in front of them.
It's true.
And if you can't,
and that's where the vulnerability comes in.
If you can't be ugly and know like, hey, this person isn't going to walk out on me in this moment, they're not fucking worth it.
No.
Or it's not the right relationship, right?
Right.
Like either one.
Right.
But yeah, like I know my partner has seen me at my ugliest. I've seen him in some pretty ugly moments.
Yeah.
And if your relationship is predicated on everything going perfectly and everyone feeling their best and everyone being their most confident self, like it is literally not going to last. I don't even know what the over-under is, like
They're
5 minutes to a year.
I'm
Yeah.
with you on that. And think of how like awesome it would be if you go on a date, guy, girl, they, them, anybody who sits down in front of you and says, and is just opens up or is just honest and is like, well, yeah, you know, I haven't had sex in 6 years because I've just been I've been a little too hard on myself. I've felt like nervous about going on dates and like
I'm immediately interested.
intrigued.
I'm immediately interested.
Especially if they go, but I'm happy to be here with you. Like, I'm so excited that we're here on this date because of course they would be honest. Like if you are excited to be here with me.
It's disarming.
Exactly. And you know what I'm going to do? Open up real quick. And I don't mean my legs, but everything else.
But maybe later. Because here's
in a
the
few
thing.
dates.
If you're saying that, it's like going back to this full circle confidence thing. Like even if you don't know that you're confident in saying that, that is an act of confidence.
Yes.
To be able to admit that.
To be that vulnerable.
Yes.
That freaking matters. That is you being confident with going, I'm owning my weaknesses.
Yeah.
Because we all have them. Like we all do. And it makes it puts you in a position where that person feels that those things, that certain things that they feel about themselves that they may not want to show to the public or show to people, I'll bet you they're going to be like, I feel comfortable showing them to you.
And you're like,
because
oh my
you
God,
have now opened up to me. And now, you know what, that now we're on a special bond here. We're getting to the real juice, which if you want a relationship, that's all that matters. Like, and I know that you guys have heard me being like, I'm going on dates and do you have enough sex? And let's talk about condom. Like, we'll talk about it all here. But like, I am initially always like, I'm looking for a relationship that matters, not just to juice it with someone, although that may seem what it comes across as on this podcast, but it's not true. Like, I have to go on multiple dates with you for me to even probably be sexually attracted to you. Like, you have to be vulnerable and we have to open up. We have to share a bond.
And willing to get a season pass to Disneyland.
Yeah, she's right about that.
Like, also, by the way, it is kind of by design, guys, this question. What fucking person is writing in and saying, I'm having sex all the fucking time?
Right.
Like, let's think about that for a second. You know what I mean? Someone who's so completely out of touch, or they're just like having it, like they're just fucking with us.
Even my friend who is poly, he is not having sex all the time.
Okay.
At all.
Is he because he's tired?
It might be. Right. I should ask him. No, I think it's because, it's not like he's in like 7 relationships. I think he's in a couple relationships. I think it's just because sometimes they'll just hang out and not juice it, and so even that, when you look at someone who's in an open relationship and he has not 1, but 2 people to pull from, he's not even juicing it all the time because that other person's tired. He might be tired. It's not the right time.
So many reasons to not have sex. And this is a fucking disservice that TV and film and media do, is like, I mean, just right away. And we all know my whole soapbox about UTIs, but like right away, when you see the fucking scene where it's like they meet and then like 5 minutes later, they're fucking juicing it in the bathroom.
Ugh.
And it's like, no. Like, is she peeing after right away? Like, you can't just stick it in there. Like, there needs to be some lubrication. That, number 1. 2, like this idea that like people are like having sex like nonstop, like every part of the month. Like, that's not happening, right?
No,
like
not in real life.
There are times where like physically there are limitations, or people are exhausted, people are sad, people are stressed out,
depressed. They can't do it. They don't feel it.
No, someone's hormonally off.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just went through some grief. Like, there's so many situations, and this idea that like the rest of the world is having all this sex and I'm not, like, that's a problem that we need to address.
I'm with you. And or that the only healthy relationships out there are juicing it 5 times a week. Give me a freaking break. Like, I'm not going to get into a relationship and be like, I'm going to have sex every day. Are you kidding? I have shit to do. We love you. We're the Rage Pod.
Yeah.
And keep listening.
Just always remember, bring a backup.
Hips. Suggested.
That's right.
If you're still there, well, thank you. Thanks for listening, and we hope you'll like, follow, and subscribe to the Rage Pod wherever you like, follow, and subscribe to things.